Are you serious? Are you serious? The sun is exploding. It really has. And massive effects are going to be felt, already being felt. And there's a concern that earthquakes could break out from this massive solar flares. And let me tell you all about that in just a second. First, a real quick shout for www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. A cutting-edge 2024 study shows that collagen can have drastically positive effects on your skin health. I love it. This study found that women who take a daily collagen drink and see a noticeable reduction in wrinkles and firmer and more hydrated skin. But it's important not to use just any random collagen. Make sure you use a collagen that's backed by real science. That's why I use this right here, this amazing multi-collagen by BioTrust. What? This stuff is incredible. And I've been telling you about this for a couple years. This is why, because here's what it does. Unlike poorly sourced collagen, you could typically find on the store shelf, which is just really useless. It uses the top 5 critically important types of collagen for your skin health. Fish and plant collagen. This unique formulation is designed to reduce the visible signs of aging and reduce the wrinkles and promote youthful glow, promote elasticity, and promote skin hydration. Simply mix this powder in your morning coffee or protein shake or smoothie. Are you serious? Get some smoother skin and save 51%. Right now, go right now. Click on that link below the video at www.healthwithpaul.com. That's www.healthwithpaul.com. You'll be really glad that you did. I can guarantee it. Well, anyway, good to have everybody here. We've got a lot to talk about. This explosion of solar flares. We don't need it. We don't want it, but we got it, okay? And we're going to have to deal with it. We're going to have to deal with the problems, all right? There's no doubt about that. Yes, you can get tickets. Yes, someone asked me, can I still get a ticket for this? Yes, you can get a ticket anytime. Anytime you want to. Just go right now to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com and get Spiritual Warfare. And it is a right now word. Look what's going on in Syria. Look what's going on in your life. Look what's going on in this country. Look what's going on around the world. Okay? So, yeah. And if you need help getting that, you just pick up the phone and call the main line, 765-414-2230, and you can get your ticket today. All right? You can get your ticket today. All right, so here's what's going on. There's so much happening right now that people don't realize that they don't realize that we have this incredible, the sun. You know, Mike around the world talks about this a lot. Here's what happened just in the last 24 hours. There's been some massive solar flares. There was a M class 2 and then an M class 3 that happened on yesterday, and then this morning early, an X class 2 erupted on the sun. These 3 major solar flares are creating this havoc, really, as you can see behind me. And but it's released these impulsive X class solar flare right off sunspot 3912, with the eruption producing this M2, M3, and X class 3 solar flares, has knocked out shortwave radio in southern Africa, and the impulsive flare is the latest in a series of increasingly intense explosions over the weekend and this morning. So we're facing this instability, guys. It really is instability. And they're going to study the sun more, okay? India just fired a rocket ship into the air that has 2-part probes on it, and they are going to line up one behind the other and create a artificial solar eclipse. Now, it isn't a solar eclipse. It's not going to affect us here on Earth. It creates a artificial solar eclipse, the one camera creates a solar eclipse on the back camera. So the back camera is looking through this. So you got these two satellites. They line just up perfectly. And so the back camera looking through the lens of the first camera creates a artificial solar eclipse. Here's why this is important. During solar eclipses, natural solar eclipses, when the moon gets in front of the sun, this only gives scientists about 2 to 4 minutes to study the corona of the sun and what's exactly going on in the sun, because it's during the solar eclipse you finally get a chance to study it, but it's only for a couple minutes. Now they can study them for 6 hours at a time with the artificial solar eclipse. And that's going to give us a whole lot more understanding to the volatility of the sun. And this is huge. Now, having said that, we started doing some research on this topic. And here's what we found out. You see, these dangerous solar flares, guys, are significantly, they disrupt communication systems, yes, but they damage the satellites. They cause power grid fluctuations. They interfere with the GPS navigation. They cause radiation risk that we don't need. And astronauts, or if you're in an airplane in high altitudes, you get a ton, like sometimes 20 to 50 to 100 times more radiation than you do when you're on the ground. So frequent flyers are getting inundated with a lot, especially like pilots who do this every day. They're being inundated, and flight attendants with high doses of radiation, okay? And astronauts certainly are. And primarily due to the release of these charged particles, they interact with the Earth's magnetic field, particularly during what we call a corona mass ejection, or a CME, that's associated with any solar flare, and really are dangerous. Now, high-frequency radio signals, they can be disrupted due to disturbances, okay, in the Earth's ionosphere. And it causes these solar flares that bring forth, they affect the Earth's ionosphere with its radiation. Also, all the satellites that Elon Musk has circling around the Earth, plus all the other satellites, well, they can be, they definitely experience component damage from the influx of these charged particles, impacting their functionality on the satellite. And then the power grids. Yes, you got to worry about the power grids. Large solar storms could induce electrical surges into power grids, potentially leading to major rolling blackouts or total blackouts in different nations of the world, especially these little islands out in the Pacific. They seem to get it the worst, okay? They really do, but we feel it here even in America. And then, of course, what about the GPS that we count on? Everybody's needs the GPS to get around, to deliver packages, to find out where you're going, to manage traffic situations. Geomagnetic storms, guys, can affect the accuracy of the GPS signal by interfering with the radio waves used for the positioning. Plus, the Earth is tilting. Ask BP Earthwatch. And then these real strong solar flares can generate spectacular auroras. That's the only positive thing, the beauty of the northern lights or the southern lights. Northern lights. Oh, no, southern lights. We just love the beauty of southern lights. I'm really trying to sing a Glenn Campbell song. Is it supposed to be Southern Nights? So sorry. Anyway, radiation is a risk to the astronauts, like I said. And what about the polar regions, the polar caps? The effects of the solar flares are most pronounced near the Earth's poles. And here's why. Due to the magnetic field, the magnetosphere that has to pull the magnetic field pulls all this incoming energy and into the polar caps, and it drives them into the core of the Earth. But when you do that, you're heating up the Earth's polar caps. And we're seeing, and you've heard Mike say this, it's not that the polar caps are melting from the top, it's they're melting from the bottom. because of the intense solar flares and CMEs, this electrical or these charged particles that are going into the core of the earth is heating up the core of the earth, which is already hot. But it creates this charge that under the bottom of the solar caps, they're beginning to melt, and they're melting for several reasons. CMEs are helping cause it. The magma that's rising from the center of the earth up toward the crust is melting. Volcanism and activity is taking place. I mean, all of this is creating an incredible amount of disturbance that's really affecting everything that we're doing as it relates to the planet Earth, okay? So are we ready for the next big solar storm? Are you ready? Are you serious for the next big solar storm? And I mean, we're talking mega storms. Well, here's what we're finding out. First and foremost, we should define what we're talking about. A solar storm, that's different than a solar flare, okay? It's not a regular storm like you get down here with hurricanes and tornadoes and cyclones and typhoons and that kind of stuff. But it is made up of wind, rain, and hail. That's our normal storms on Earth. This is made up of radiation, solar radiation, and it will bathe the Earth with radiation, which also increases the heat waves, and the scorching of the earth. It causes droughts. It causes a change in the barometric pressure. It affects the atmosphere, the air currents. It affects the ocean currents. It just affects everything. These bursts are often tied to solar events like these massive explosions of electromagnetic energy. And so what it does is so when you read the Bible, it talks about that the earth is going to melt with a fervent heat. Even the elements are going to burn up. And you can find that in 2 Peter chapter 3. So we know that's going to happen, okay? So we got to keep our eyes open on this and be real clear-eyed to the fact that the earth. So whenever you hear people say global warming, let's define this. The left, the Green New Deal, the green energy people, and I should say really the green initiative, is not, they're telling you half truths. One, they're telling you the earth is heating up. That's true. That's absolutely true. But the lie, the big lie, is they're telling you why it's heating up. Their why is man's carbon footprint, pollution, smoke, acid rain. We've been told all this stuff about man causing all this. Man is to blame for everything because of our use of energy, whether we're burning coal or we're burning oil or fumes from the diesel or fumes from the smokestacks of factories. Or pollution is a real deal. It's more localized, but it certainly is a real thing. But it's not, I repeat, mankind and all of his energy is not even close to what's causing a global warming or a global increase in temperatures on both the air and the oceans. No, not at all. We are heating up, but it's due to the sun and the solar and the CMEs, and it's due to the heating of the magma in the center of the earth, and that's because of the sun, okay, with like I said, coming in. And then, so it's creating this increase in volcanism as the lava continues and the magma continues to move and rise closer to the surface. We're having record volcanoes and eruptions releasing insane amounts of heat, magma, and fumes and plumes and all types of wild toxins, exotic toxins from the earth. This is what's creating a planet increasing in heat, which also, when you get these effects, you also get some cold areas. You get extreme heat, but then you get extreme cold. You'll get extreme rain, and then you get extreme droughts. And the Bible even said in the last days that God said, I'll rain on these two cities, but not this. I'll rain on one city, but not these two. In other words, I'll pour a ton of rain in one spot and I won't rain in the other spots. And the people who aren't getting the rain will go to the one city to try to get water, and there won't be enough because of the excessive amount of rain in one spot and the lack of rain in other spots. And then the Bible told us that men in the last days in the book of Revelation, men are going to curse God. They're going to blaspheme God because of the increased warming of the earth. And they're going to start blaming God for what's happening. But the Bible told us that this is part of the end of the age cycle. It's part of what happens in the end times as the sun heats up. And more and more and more, we recognize that the earth is going through this transformation, okay? And it's going to do, it says it will happen, all right? I'll read to you out of the 16th chapter of the book of Revelation. Here's the prophecy. Okay, and several things will happen. Water will start turning blood red and different things will happen. But listen to this. This is Revelation 16. And we'll start at verse 3. The second angel poured out his vial upon the sea, and it became the blood of a dead man. And we just seen that happened in Australia just last week. The water turned blood red. It will become like the blood of a dead man, and every living soul will die in the sea. The third angel poured out his vial upon the rivers and fountains of waters, and they became blood, or in other words, blood red again. And I heard the angel of the waters say, Thou art righteous, O Lord, which art and was and shall be, because thou hast judged us. For they have shed the blood of saints and prophets, and thou hast given them blood to drink, for they are worthy. Now, this happened in ancient Egypt during the plagues, and it's going to happen again. And I heard another one out of the altar say, Even so, Lord God, Almighty, true and righteous are thy judgments. And the fourth angel poured out his vial upon the sun. Here we go. And the power was given unto him to scorch men with fire. And men were scorched with great heat, and blasphemed the name of God, which had power over these plagues, and they repented not to give him glory. So we are watching the sun, solar flares, and eruptions. This is prophesied to happen when? In the last days. And when the river Euphrates dries up. And this is partly why the river Euphrates is drying up. Look at this. Verse 10. And then the fifth angel poured out his vial upon the seat of the beast. And his kingdom was full of darkness. And they gnawed their tongues for pain. And blasphemed the God of heaven because of their pains and their sores. And they repented not of their deeds. And the sixth angel poured out his vial upon the great river Euphrates, specifically in the area where Syria is, and Iraq, and Turkey, Iraq, Syria, Iran, right along Babylon. And look what it says, the great river Euphrates, and the water thereof was dried up, that the way of the kings of the east might be prepared for what? For war. And I saw three unclean spirits like frogs come out of the mouth of the dragon, out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. For they are the spirits of devils, working miracles which go forth unto the kings of the earth and the whole world, to gather them to the battle of that great day of God Almighty. So we're witnessing the sun exploding with solar flares. We see the heat waves. We see the radiation levels spiking off the charts, where the river Euphrates is drying up, and the demons are speaking to the leaders of the world. It's all happening. And the water just turned blood red in Australia again. Yes, we're living in the last days. Guys, are you saved? Somebody shout. But I got some remedy for some of it. You might need a little silver to rub on those sores.
The earth can shake, the sky come down, the mountains all fall to the ground. But I will fear none those things. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Dark waters rise, the thunder pounds, the wheels of war are going round, and all the walls are crumbling.
Think about it.
Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Hide me underneath your wings. Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. The wind will blow, the rain can pour, the deluge break, the tempest roars. But in that storm,
My spirit sings.
shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings.
Psalms 91. Good to see everybody in this amazing online church. Are you serious? Sherry Johnson, I love you too.
Your wings. Hide me deep inside your
Maggie, I'm serious.
in your refuge, cover me. The world can shake, but Lord, I'm making you my
Hiding place.
Now on that day, you call for me. Someday when time no more shall be, and I say, death, where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings.
Are you serious? It's in the Word of God. Get some immune support because it's getting crazy out there. Build up your immunity.
Hide me underneath your wings.
Psalms 91.
Hide me deep inside your heart. In your refuge, cover me. The world can
I'm
shake,
serious.
Lord, I'm making you my hiding place. Now on that day, you call for me. Someday when time no more shall be, well, I say, death, where is your sting? Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings. Shelter me, Lord, underneath your wings.
Oh, that's right. Hey, hey, no. Wow. I mean, seriously, what a great song. It's on my album, No. It's on my album, The Journey. The Journey. And, I'm getting ready to go do another album. It looks like we're going to do it in the spring. Going to go back to Nashville and put another one out. We got some great songs we've been collecting, putting together. So we just can't wait to bring that project to you this spring. Okay, now check this out. There's been a 6.3 earthquake that hit Alaska. There's been a 5.0, 5.2, 5.2, 4.5, and then boom, a 6.1 hit Alaska. All of this, guys, 4.9, 5.7, 5.3, 5.6, 5.2, all in Alaska. And it's these solar flares. And then boom, a very powerful, very shallow earthquake hit El Salvador, 5.6. But it was very shallow and very violent. That hit El Salvador. And then Alaska hit another 5.1. Even Missouri, Howardville, Missouri had a 2.7. You got to worry about you really got to worry about the New Madrid fault line when you start seeing those kind of things. California is still shaking, 4.0 in Petrolia. Still a bunch of earthquakes there. It's still shaking, still rolling. So we're dealing with that. Rolling. Yes, it's happening. So a ton of activity, 82 significant earthquakes in the last 24 hours, a ton of activity as the sun is exploding everywhere. It's causing all kinds of issues around the globe. I told you I would tell you about, it's that time. Guys, here we are. What is today? The 9th? Is this the 9th? Yeah, today's the 9th of December. So you got to build up. This time of year, you have to build up your immunity. Of course, at Paul Begley Prophecy, we have great silver products to help build the immunity. You get a bottle of this, and you take a swig of this every day, and it really helps you, okay? It's natural, clinically proven. You can get, it's silver, okay? And just take a swig. You don't need tons of it. Don't go overboard. Just one good swig a day, and it will help support your immune system and build up your immune system, okay? We have another one, or you can get this spray, the Silver Biotic spray. Can you see that even? It's in the box here. Anyway, it's a little nose spray, and it helps directly into your system. Immune support supplement. You get it in a nose spray. Some people would rather do that. Also, if you get any wounds at all, any abrasions or wounds, silver gel has always been so good for any kind of wounds. Matter of fact, this is what saved a lot of our soldiers. Silver gel in World War II. Silver was used to kill infections and stuff. Really, a lot of our soldiers survived because of that, no doubt about that. If you got muscle cramps, and especially with these CNEs, I'm telling you, I felt it yesterday and today. We also have this new product here called Recover Muscle Cream with the silver in it. Now, this stuff is unbelievable. You know what? Whenever you ever get this, your joints really aching, like a knee or something or elbow, you rub this on there, and it's just like within, I don't know, 20 minutes maybe, no time at all. Pain just subsides. It's just incredible. So it's also good for muscles. It's just perfect. It's a great product. But everybody's favorite, of course, is the silver lozengers with Manuka honey. You get a little bitty scratch, just get a little bit of throat, start scratching. You get one of these lozengers, and I mean, it is incredible. You can ask anybody out there right now who's watching this video in the chat room. If any of them, those out there who have gotten silver lozengers, the Manuka honey, it is great. It's great. So here's what you do: go over to our website and do a little preparation here, a little preparing for the winter months. This is the time to do it, and or maybe get some of this for Christmas gifts to give to family members. I mean, I don't know, get 5 bags of these, and give them out to some of the grandkids and or to your parents and your siblings and different folks. But build up that immunity, get protected. It's just the time of the year we're in. And with all this solar activity and all of this change of the weather change, you need to have a strong immunity. Strong. Here's what I mean by take a swig. Okay, let me just take a swig. Take a swig. Yeah, just pull the bottle out of there, and a little plastic off there. See, I should have prepared because I didn't know I was going to do this. Okay? I didn't know I was going to do it. So that's why I'm not prepared. But I will work it out. There we go. Okay, and then just take a swig of this. All this does is just builds the immunity. And if your immune system's stronger, it fights off everything else. You say, what's it taste like, Pastor Paul? Water. Just tastes like water because it's silver water. It's been charged and it's perfect. All right, guys, find out more about this stuff. Go to my website at paulbegleyprophecy.com. Might as well grab a bag of coffee while you're at it. And if you haven't got one of my music CDs, grab that. Just go do a little shopping. Put it in the cart and get built up, though. Let's build up the immunity. Build up your system for this time of year, okay? And if you want to know what to do about all the other stuff that's happening, keep praying Psalms 91, okay? That's your protection from the Lord, okay? Certainly nothing better than that. I'll be back with more current world events and how they relate to biblical prophecy. Love all of you. I'll be right back. Are you serious? I'll be right back. Are you serious? Are you serious?